And now, a very special guest, the lady of the night.
You boys, are you there? Come on behind my changing screen and see me sometime in my boudoir. Hi, Lars.
Hi, doll.
I just wanted to give you a little pre-Europe goodbye.
I love it. Very sexy.
Right? Sexy and unique.
Mm-hmm. Just like the name of the game.
You are truly shonked. I told Laura I was doing this and she goes, okay.
You gotta do you.
I had to.
When you get
I came in here in this...
an idea in your head that you need to pop up behind something, who am I to stop it?
I came in and beheld a changing screen that just was... I had never seen anything like it. So I was like, I have to come out from behind it.
You have to interact with the prop.
And
you were called.
It feels
the spirit moved you.
I feel like you're going to be in like some kind of like dressing room at like a chic Milan boutique and they'll be like, come over here, behind here, and you'll see something like that.
I hope.
You can only hope.
One can only hope.
I'm excited for you to go to Prada.
Me too. Michelle has notified me that there's like a huge Prada outlet, like extravaganza.
Oh no!
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm fine.
Mango! Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Did it hurt you?
No. This is the most chaos Mango has ever sowed. He followed right in his father's footsteps to just like interact.
Say sorry to Auntie.
Come here. We're gonna just sit and be under control.
Say
now.
sorry to your aunt. That was very that Hillary Clinton interview where she and Bill are talking, and then the ceiling falls down behind them. Do you remember that?
I've seen that.
And Hillary goes, oh my lord.
Father had to be a boudoir whore, and then Mango said, I want in on this action. Mango said, oh, that's what it takes to get behind the candelabra. And
we just went full Liberace together.
He truly did. I'm kind of proud of him. Because he does, like, Mango loves to barrel through and cause, like, damage. And
he's very mean in that way.
He's getting more and more. Like, this was the most damage he's ever caused.
Look,
I want him to bring the whole studio down one day. Like, when Mango finally understands, like, the rampage he could go on, true bull in a china shop, I want him to destroy the studio on camera.
He's oddly, like, pulls a lot of gravity for being so little.
He does not know, like, physical limitations of
that's
objects
because he's from another
around
planet.
him. Yeah. So he barrels through and things bend to him.
It's very me in that way, where I'm learning, but I have very little understanding of physical limitations.
And spatial awareness.
Mm-hmm.
He really took your lead.
He's Simon in many ways and me in many ways.
Mm-hmm. His father's son.
So Michelle found an outlet.
There's like a huge Prada outlet, I think outside of Florence, that is like, it's almost like IKEA sized Prada,
like
Miu Miu. Like it has a cafeteria in it. Yeah. Like the way I'm about to tear through there like a fucking hurricane. I can't wait.
Can you look at, is there like a website for it? Or
not really. I've been watching people's TikToks.
Okay.
Like to see what the hauls are like.
How are they?
They're pretty good. It seems that they have a lot of stuff. I'm wondering if they'll have more like previous spring seasons or like more winter stuff, but I'm just excited.
What do you have your eye on specifically with Miu Miu?
I mean, any shoes in like a size 42 is always a win for the community.
For the big-footed woman community.
We'll see. I'm just excited to see what the markdown situation is.
I would have a lot of fun there.
Yeah.
I'm really jealous.
Well, I told you I would scout the menswear section.
I know, but I'd also just want to like see the women's wear too.
I know. I hope that it's like a good, I think it will be.
Yeah, and you're going to be with Michelle. Like, I feel like you guys are going to be a good
incredible to shop with.
I imagine.
She will shut things down so fast or lift you up so fast. And it's like, she's really decisive.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
She's, yeah, I would not suffer her. If she is a force to be reckoned with.
She'll tell you like in front of a shop person helping you that you look like you're out of Columbine if you were wearing like the coat. Like it's incredible. It's an experience. I tried on like a totem, like a really long totem coat when we were in New York.
Giving Klebold.
And one of the women was the woman that was helping me was like, "Oh, this looks great." And I was like, "Yeah, I love it." And Michelle goes, "You look like you're gonna shoot up a school right now."
Oh no. Look, you need someone to tell you if you're giving shooter energy.
Yeah. Sometimes you want to give like active shooter energy.
Yeah.
But I mean, for that price point, I feel like I already had something in my closet that would give me the active shooter energy I was seeking. So I didn't need to like also buy this coat.
Will you be wearing the row coat?
Yes.
Good.
Finally.
It'll be appropriate weather, I hope.
There's no weather in LA that's appropriate to really wear it. So
have you checked the weather?
Yeah, it's going to be in like the 70s during the day and like the 50s or 40s at night.
Ooh.
Colder in the north. I have my packing list like mostly written out, outfits being planned.
I want you to have one night where it's like foggy in Rome.
I know, I would love that.
And you have your coat and you're in a little bit of a place of clutch, not out of fear, just out of like drama. I want that for you.
I think I'll get it.
Okay, good.
I'm excited.
Well, it's going to be a great trip.
It's going to be fab.
And we have a lot of good things coming while we're both indisposed.
Our bonus episodes start on Wednesday / Tuesday night, I guess, if you're on the Patreon, but like release Wednesday technically, or technically Tuesday, but Wednesday, whatever. They're really so incredible. People have been trying to guess what it is we're going to talk about.
Everyone's wrong.
No one is right. They have no idea what's coming to them. And I would highly encourage you right now is the time to subscribe.
It's something you'll never expect. And I think it's really going to serve.
It is.
And it's going to be a good way to bookend
the year.
A kind
See you through the rest of the year.
torrential
with these
year.
bonus eps. Well, not, I guess, through the rest.
Right.
But we'll see. Limited series, a test series for the dolls.
It's being nominated for limited series for the Emmys.
The word on the street, the reviews, early reviews
Peabody
are
Award.
praising it.
We were just
at the Rome Film Festival, the only podcast episode, bonus episode.
The Rome Film Festival?
Yeah, that just happened. Johnny Depp has his big new movie at the Rome Film Festival.
What's his new movie?
I don't know. I'm sure it's kind of shitty. Like, what is the Rome Film Festival? I've never heard of it until like this week.
Mr. Depp. If there's one thing he's gonna do, it's go to a festival in Europe.
Rome. Yeah.
No, it's what is that called? A moratorium or when there's like a media gag on reviews before.
Yeah, I think so.
What is that called?
Moratorium.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. Who cares?
It's the wrong word, but the reviews trust that they're really good.
They are.
And I'm really proud.
I'm so proud. I'm also proud of Pink Cocaine because it's having a huge week.
I think we're entering an era of pink cocaine, which I'm afraid of.
It seems we've been living in an era of pink cocaine.
But I think it's only been for celebrities.
I don't think so, babe.
No.
I think that where there's a will, there's seems
pink cocaine.
From what I've gathered about the drug trade and drug users I know, it seems that where there's a will, there's a way.
Oh, yeah. So Shawn, quote, Diddy Combs, his employees were allegedly required to carry pink cocaine.
And it was the drug found
obviously.
in Liam Payne's system.
But they were allegedly expected to have it on them at all times, like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
You never know when your boss is going to call and say, bring that pink cocaine over here.
The drug, also known as Tucci, is mentioned in a complaint filed by Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a producer and former videographer for Combs, who sued the music mogul in February, accusing him of sexual harassment. As we know, it's meth, ketamine, and ecstasy.
MDMA. All employees from the butler to the chef to the housekeepers were required to walk around with a pouch or fanny pack filled with cocaine, GHB, ecstasy, marijuana gummies, and tucci.
GHB? Damn. They are fucking going for it.
Well, yeah, if you're a rapist, if you're a master rapist, the best rapist in your field, you're definitely going to have your GHB on hand.
Diddy, I have to say, his drug use is giving faggot.
Well, yeah. I mean,
obviously,
I think all the reviews are in, and he most certainly was.
But he is truly P&Ping.
He's not giving bisexuals a great rep in the biz.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's fine. Some bis are freaks.
Yeah.
Some gays are freaks.
Well,
some straights are freaks.
Mr. Jones is nothing more. So this is what. Wait, can you go up again? Combs is denying the allegations, obviously, from Proujon. Mr. Jones is nothing more than a con man, he said in the statement, shamelessly looking for an easy and wholly undeserved payday. We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. Damn.
That sounds like you're lying.
You're lying. I love his housekeepers just having GHB on them.
It's like you're expected to like dust every surface, vacuum, and also wear this fanny pack packed with drugs.
You're also expected to like clean freak offs. Like, can you imagine the cleanup?
No.
And expected still when you're like changing bed sheets, scrubbing bathroom floors, that you have to have Tucci, GHB in a fanny pack on you while you're Cloroxing and like bleaching sheets that have been freaked off on.
They're like, come check in. You're like, clock in and put your little fanny pack on.
And I know how horrible they are, and like it's disgusting. And I'm like, every time I read one like a news story, I'm chilled to the bone. But hearing like serious media people, like journalists, saying "freak off" is it's like very funny.
Yeah,
is that bad? Like,
no.
Like hearing like, you know, Gayle King say "freak off" or like Savannah Guthrie.
It's important to know what's going on.
Yeah.
And especially with the Abercrombie and Fitch guy getting.
Wait.
And it's all connected.
It is all connected. So the Abercrombie CEO, who was the subject of that documentary, him and his...
Who's a true evil gay if I've ever seen one.
I mean, look at him. He's
one of the most evil
man.
Gays around.
So he and his husband, right? Or partner...
Yeah, they were arrested on federal sex trafficking charges.
They were sex trafficking men.
Yeah.
Which isn't really surprising. Mike Jeffries, his romantic partner, and a third man. So another gay.
In like a evil throuple.
They were luring men into drug-laced, outlandish, and coercive sex parties by dangling the promise of modeling for the retailer's once defining beefcake ads. So for 20 years, they've been doing this.
I think this is probably like extremely prevalent in the modeling industry.
Yeah. Also, he was in bed. Well, yeah, in bed, but he was working with Bruce Weber, who I think was also accused
Who has been accused of like assault and was working closely with Les Wexner. Who was also connected to Jeffrey Epstein, and there also is like a huge connection between like Ashton Kutcher and all these guys because he got his start as an Abercrombie model.
Well, I missed that.
Follow the money, baby.
I know he was an Abercrombie model, but I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Damn. It's all tied to Epstein.
It's all tied to the mall. Stores in the mall.
It's all tied, honestly, to Les Wexner, which I still can't believe he's just completely skirted any kind of...
What's he up to? I thought he was dead.
Oh, no.
Is he in like Ohio?
He's in Ohio in that like weird English manner that he made, which is also like corny gay.
It's all coming out, though, I feel.
So what did people think that Les and Epstein were like... They had a relationship, right? Because he was controlling Lex's money.
I don't know exactly what people thought, but I know that...
He gave him full power of attorney over his estate. Like his family's money, his wife's money, his money. Epstein was controlling it for a while.
Yeah.
So that's sums up. Right? Was Epstein like literally Satan?
I don't know. Also, like, it's weird timing that like the Victoria's Secret fashion show came back last week.
Why?
It just feels weird because that's also like mall. Les Wexner was like
King of
every
malls.
store in the mall. But Victoria's Secret, like the one thing that no one needed was the Victoria's Secret fashion show to come back, let alone come back as such a flop event.
Tyra.
All the outfits were trash. It looked like they were made on like a Project Runway challenge.
I support my queen Alex Kasani, but those wings.
No, I'm happy for the models. It's not their fault. They're like for hire.
Yeah.
They got to make a buck, get their faces out there. It's just like, you're not back.
We are back.
You're not.
Tyra stormed the runway. We forgot to talk about that. She was made her runway comeback.
I didn't watch the show, but I did see several
I saw clips.
outfits, and I was not impressed. She looks like Elvira.
She does.
I like it.
She's
I'm not
Mistress of
mad at it.
Darkness.
But also, like, you're putting a woman in like leggings. You're Victoria's Secret. They used to spend like, remember they used to trot out a bra that was like $2 million?
Didn't she like wear that bra?
Their clothing budget has gone to hell.
Do you think Les was in some way behind this?
I don't know. I'm sure he gets like some money from like a company that he owned.
Damn. Gigi, I love you.
Just like everyone's outfits are like taped on.
I always remember someone reposted just in the wake of like everything happening last week.
Wings askew.
Everything happening last week with Liam Payne. Just someone resurfaced an article from when Zayn and Gigi were together where he allegedly called Yolanda a Dutch slut.
Oh yeah. An iconic moment. They put him back in the basement after that. We haven't heard from him in a minute. That was enough. The power of Yolanda Hadid, she shut that down real fast.
Speaking of things being shut down, there's an E-Coli outbreak in quarter pounders across the nation.
This is sad news for all my quarter pounder lovers. Arguably the best.
You were like just talking about it.
I know. Best burger on the McDonald's menu, in my humble opinion.
I think chicken McNuggets
are the best burger on the McDonald's
they said
menu.
On the best meal on the menu.
The best burger.
Yeah, probably. There are 10 states, 49 persons are known to have gotten sick from E-Coli linked to the quarter pounder. Majority of cases are in Colorado, which tracks.
This seems weird to me because, like, is E. coli in the meat? The onions? I just thought all of McDonald's food was so processed that you could no longer get sick from it in a traditional way.
Like
in an ancient medieval way. It was like too processed, but you could get sick from it in like a diabetic way.
It's like synthetic almost.
Yeah, like there's TikTokers that will take McDonald's like a quarter pounder and just leave it on a plate and put it on a shelf and check on it a month later and it's the same.
Oh my God.
It has not even the lettuce has gotten moldy or rotted. Like everything just remains.
Maybe they were trying to go back to like an organic.
They're like, see what happens when we try and be healthy.
It is continue our theory of peasant era.
Peasant era still continues. Nowhere is safe.
Fiefdom continues.
You can only eat grains, really. At the end of the day, you're really just going to be confined to like buckwheat.
One fatality reported in Colorado. Whoa. McDonald's maintains its other menu items are safe to eat. Okay.
It's the beef patty and slivered onions put on the patty. Whoa. Well, aren't onions on the Big Mac? Or no?
What's the difference between a quarter pounder and a Big Mac?
Big Mac is like,
Mondo?
isn't it like 3 patties or 2 patties? And like, I've never had a Big Mac. It's like a mayonnaise based burger, which I don't recognize.
You don't fuck with?
No.
Whoa.
And it's like very lettucey mayonnaise.
I don't like all the lettuce.
Quarter pounder is like, oh, you just like can taste it in your mouth when you even talk about it. It's so good.
I've had them before. I just haven't.
A double quarter pounder with cheese. When I remember discovering a double quarter pounder as a little girl and being like, everything's different now.
You saw the world, the lens, the color changed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you upset about E. coli?
Yeah, I think I might have had E. coli earlier this year.
Maybe from
El Cid. I'll say it.
Oh, right.
I went there, had some food that I regret.
Lettuce is just a true gamble.
It could have been just a variety of
or
things.
Onions.
Yeah, but was not great.
Well, we'll monitor this sad march into oblivion.
I know. Something tells me the quarter pounders will be back in no time and people will be eating them again. And I don't even know if people have been stopped so far. It makes me actually want one, is the sick thing.
Well,
craving.
The good news is you can go probably like half a mile and you'll get one.
I know.
This was interesting to me. Dina Manzo's daughter, Lexi, called out Caroline.
What'd she say?
She released a statement. So this is in the response to, the brownstone, I believe it was this weekend, because we all know Albert Manzo's brother is going to jail for the slapjack gate.
Yeah.
So he's going away very shortly, or he might have already gone away. I don't know. But Caroline and Albert hosted a going away dinner, like a gala at the brownstone, charging allegedly.
For him before he goes to jail?
Yeah.
A send-off.
A send-off brownstone where I saw a report that it was 10 grand a table.
For who?
For
to give it to him?
No, just maybe, but I don't, or just to send him off.
Give it to his family?
Maybe. Caroline.
That's so mob.
So we all know like Caroline and Dina don't speak, and obviously Caroline stood by her brother-in-law, chose him over her sis.
She's a sick woman.
She's a sick woman. So Lexi, Dina's, an iconic old school housewife child who is very like not in the public eye. She made a statement about Caroline, which I think I've never heard her speak about her. But she said, Caroline was more than an aunt to me. She often rocked me to sleep as a child and stepped in as a second mother, welcoming us into her home during the uncertain period following my mother's separation from my father. Yet, in a staggering portrayal, she would later choose the side of my mom's abuser and go as far as writing a character letter in defense of Tommy. Truth. What would compel someone to form an alliance with a felon over their own blood? Some might describe it as, quote, thick as thieves. Meanwhile, my mother's sister Cookie continued to be employed by him and even appeared in court in his support. A troubling lack of loyalty despite having once shared a home with us and bearing witness to Tommy's darkness. Other families chose the path of silence, offering neither empathy nor acknowledgement, their complacency and acceptance to his crimes. I have been severed from a once beloved village of aunts, uncles, and cousins, all because of these fractured alliances. My phone is yet to ring. Perhaps this shows how cunning of a man Tommy is, or how shallow humans can be.
Wow.
Damn.
Gee.
She's standing by her mom.
Where'd she say this on?
I don't know. X.
Love that.
I think everything she said is true.
Yeah, definitely.
I forgot that they had a sister named Cookie, which I love that name.
That's a hot name.
But of course, Cookie's also a flop.
But Dina's laughing all the way to the bank. She's like living in Montecito.
Really?
Yeah, I think she like remarried and is like truly living, laughing, loving Montecito style.
God, I hope she's friends with like...
I'm sure she's in the NABE.
Meghan and Harry and Portia.
Probably sees him around. Says hi.
Well, I'm Team Dina and Caroline. You're a clown.
Caroline is a fucking clown.
You're a clown. I'm sorry. You're a bad feminist.
I wish that Lexi, or whatever the name is of the daughter, Lexi, had come also out about Caroline in the Morocco season. Add to that, I'll never let that go.
When was that? Last year? I have
such a grudge against old Manzo.
Old man Manzo. Was that last year that happened? The beginning of 2023?
I can't remember. Time is a flat circle at this point, but all I know is it's still happening because it will be forever still happening because we still haven't seen the season.
I just think it's real rich that Caroline like had like a radio show, like doling out advice, like how to be like, you know, a modern mother and a modern wife and all that. And she's so like, that's like reprehensible.
Yeah, but oftentimes the loudest people are the ones.
The arbiter of morality on that show.
Exactly.
Danielle was right.
Always watch out for the loud ones that are up on their high horses all the time.
Danielle was kind of right.
Danielle has always been right.
I rewatched her first scene ever when it was like getting to know the housewives and like her first moment where she's swimming in her like dirty pool with her daughters and she just has like a bikini on and it was just so tan and her body's like rocking. And that's when she says the iconic, "There's no in between with me. You're either going to love me or hate me." And just talks about like the black card, getting it before Madonna and just.
An incredible woman.
God.
Were we ever so lucky?
We didn't know how good we had it.
No, we took her for granted. Get her on a girls trip. My God.
Oh my God. Or traders.
Yeah.
Danielle.
But I'd rather have a girls trip.
I feel like
I'd always rather have a girls trip over traders.
I weirdly feel like Danielle probably wouldn't do that well with traders.
Yeah, she needs to be on a UGT.
Yeah, are they even doing them anymore?
Probably Caroline took down the whole business.
Caroline.
With her fucking allegations.
Love was winning.
According to Phaedra,
yeah.
Love had won that day.
Damn.
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Well, let's talk about some other mob wives.
This just made me miss mob wives. I'm Carey.
I'm Lara.
And you're listening to Sexy, Unique
Podcast.
Clowns. Salty Utah Clowns. So we're on episode 666.
Mob wives and their lies.
Angie K.
A man named Garzai comes to Henji's house.
We got like a really gorgeous black and white cold open where I love that Angie's house sits on the hill overlooking all of Salt Lake.
It really is such an ugly house.
Oh, it's
positively hideous.
It's a mausoleum.
Everything about it, like a mausoleum would be better than what her house is. Like the landscaping, everything is just like, I don't want anything to do with this house. But it has a bad energy about it.
Yeah.
The design.
It is. Couldn't be
not inviting.
No, it's not. Like, and I love her so much, but I'm like, look, it's a choice, and she made it, and Shawn made it, and they went with it. They have to lie in it.
Yeah,
I'm still really harrowed by their bed.
Their huge bed.
That's like
their Kanye West bed. It is.
It's a bed that can fit 20. I mean, it's kind of cunt. But it's also
I do kind of like enjoy the idea, not the way theirs is set up, but the idea, because I have seen this too of like
a massive
they're
bed.
Not king size, they're not California king, but there's some other third thing.
They're a mutation.
That's a huge custom sized bed where you have to get a custom sheet order, like everything is custom. And I do love the idea that you could be on your side of the bed and reach out for another person and you would not even be able to touch.
No, they have like, it's like you could send like a letter to them. You'd have to use like the
carrier pigeon.
You'd have to use the postal service.
Or you have to roll over 4 times, barrel roll to get over to them.
And there could be something like under the sheets on the end of your bed, like moving around like a shark. And you would be like, what's that?
That's how it should be in like a shared bed, is everyone has their own real
Zone.
estate and zone, but you can also come together mid-bed should you choose.
You can roll.
You have to tuck and roll into the
Stop,
middle of
drop,
the
and
bed.
roll.
Yeah.
So Henji brings Garzai, her associate, to summon the ladies to a mafia party that she's hosting for her anniversary with Shawn, their 25th.
Yeah.
Is that platinum?
I don't know.
It's a big anniversary for anyone who's married to a gay man. And
It's a huge milestone for a lavender marriage.
she goes, I've had my eye on them for a while, and let me tell you, no one is innocent.
She goes, so I'm hosting my 25th anniversary party. The theme, mob wives.
Obviously a nod to her.
The rumors and the nastiness.
The shot of Meredith when they show all the guilty women, and you just shot of Meredith going with the chiffon. It's classic.
So Garzai is dispatched to everyone's house to deliver these like wanted posters.
He puts one on Wild Rose's house, and her wanted poster, her alias is the Crystal Crusader.
He knocks on Lisa's door and hands her the poster. I'm also like, you shouldn't be taping things on people's houses like without permission.
Also, Mary's alias was the Butcher. I was like, what?
I love that.
Must be an inside joke between them.
Lisa goes, oh my gosh, that's funny. Is this the best picture of me?
She goes, so funny. She's mind fucked by the invite. She's trolled.
She's on guard. She's still reeling, obviously, from the rumors that Henji called her a bad mother and inferred that she just lets her son be babysat by video games.
Which is...
No.
She goes to Henry. She talks to Henry like he's like a friend. She goes, she basically said I'm a bad mom. And Henry goes, you're a good mom. And then she goes, thank you, Henry.
He goes, you should box, get in a ring and just fight. That's what I do with my friends. And she was like, what?
He goes, nothing.
I love Henry's in like a child's fight club.
Henry has a whole other life going on. Henry like day trades.
I think he is like an adult.
Yeah.
Like he's living the life of like a disgruntled 40-year-old man making like mid to high six figures a year.
He
blowing off steam at Fight Club every night.
He's like weirdly giving, even though his parents are so like there, it seems with him, he's giving like parentified child, lost child, kind of more mature than his older brother.
I can't put my finger on these brothers Barlow.
She goes, really? Do you do that? And he goes, it's Monday. We should call Jack. Let's FaceTime Jack. And she goes, oh my gosh, yeah, you're right. Let's call him. Hi,
Jack.
And then Jack is in the restaurant in Columbia, and there's like a plant behind him, like a very like basic. And she goes, oh my gosh, so pretty. Your background, oh my God, your background is like so pretty. I was like, okay.
What if he's not in Columbia? He's like in Tennessee.
Maybe.
So Jack is getting all these tests done to figure out why he had a stomach ache. And no one knows, and it's really stressing Lisa out.
But so far the tests have come back clean. Mm-hmm. And then she goes, okay, bye. Take care of mucho. Take care of mucho.
Think about you all the time.
You. Love you, Jack.
The Wild Rose heads to like a TGI Fridays type of sports bar.
Yeah,
this is an unholy location. I cannot believe they submitted Meredith to this form of torture.
Meredith comes.
They made Meredith sit at like a high top table in a deserted like sports bar.
It must have been like, because I think Meredith lives in Park City, so it must have been like a halfway point, but it was so weird. And the way Meredith like stomps up, like she clomps up like a weird, like a cowboy.
She wasn't ready for this. Wild Rose is right at home.
Oh, Wild Rose goes, I'll have a pint.
Things with like the tented specials that sit on the table with like a flip where you can turn them over and read about like wild margaritas.
She goes, I'll have an IPA. I'll have a pint. She didn't say pint. I'm just saying that. And then Meredith in her confessional goes, if Whitney doesn't apologize to me, then c'est la vie.
Whitney goes, I'll just jump right in. I want to apologize for going so hard on you in Milwaukee.
She goes, I want to apologize for not having given you the benefit of the doubt.
And she goes, since Milwaukee changed everything for Whitney.
Whitney, part of her is still in Milwaukee.
Part of her never left.
No, she'll never leave.
Will always be there.
Yeah.
So she's like, since Milwaukee, everything has been
fucked up.
And like,
I found out
the
about
jewelry. And then she goes, whoever did that is trying to hurt me. Whoever spread that nasty rumor is trying to hurt me. And Meredith goes, I have to wonder who you think is trying to hurt you.
Also, I wrote this. The two of them weirdly have a lot of on-screen chemistry.
They kind of do.
I don't know what it is.
Do you think Meredith likes Whitney?
Yeah. I think she gets a kick out of her. I don't know. I weirdly think that they have like, there's like a bond there.
I do like to watch them together.
Whitney goes, I believe it is Lisa. Lisa is trying to sabotage me. And Meredith goes, well, because Meredith is like really trying to play nice with Lisa. And she's like, well, I think you should talk about it with her.
The last thing you would want to do is jump to conclusions and accuse without really knowing.
And then Lisa goes, or Whitney goes, one would hope that it is not true, but all signs are pointing to her.
We still have not had a definitive answer of my jewels are not from Alibaba. That has never been addressed and never been denied. The big problem here with Whitney is that someone said that they were from Alibaba, but I will neither confirm nor deny those rumors. I'm actually going to get mad that they even got out in the first place. You know how she could have avoided this whole thing?
What?
Is by not ordering her jewels from Alibaba, or at least just changing the photo on her website where she sells them.
She goes to Meredith, I have a source who told me about it. And Meredith nods like, of course. Because I'm like, oh my God, all these women have
They
like
have gay
their
podcasters or like Instagram account owners that love, literally, if
They're
you're a
all
housewife,
Von Teese.
they're all on standby waiting for you to get in touch.
Listen, that's
It's the entire Von Teese economy.
this cast especially, they're all a little Von Teese. I think that's why they went so hard on Monica's, because they all saw a little bit of Von Teese in them.
But I think it's also when you're in like a smaller city like Salt Lake,
You need
a
crew.
You need a crew, and you love like the idea of a Von Teese type of figure coming out of the woodwork, or like a gay podcaster who's like gonna have your back no matter what.
Mama.
And like that, it's the flyover state gay podcaster Von Teese relationship pipeline is so strong.
The urge to be a mole is very strong.
It is. You go full mole.
Also, recently Monica also was like went live like outside someone's home, and someone posted, why is Monica always like lurking outside people's houses with a random gay? It's always Monica and some gay like filming. Like you might look out your window in Salt Lake.
You have nothing better to do when you're just like in those places. Like if you live in Salt Lake City and you're not like a real housewife or famous or like a famous Mormon or at least just rich, all there is to do is like start an Instagram about Bravo, or start a podcast about Bravo, or just go get any gay. Like they all will say yes. If you're fabulous enough, you can get a gay to go stalk and stand outside of someone's house with you while you go on Instagram Live.
I'd do it.
What better things do they have to do?
I would certainly do it if I lived there.
Exactly.
Also, I just still remember the video of Monica being chased by her old friend on the highway. What the fuck? You see her friend
remember
going,
Monica
beep,
driving
beep, beep,
around in her Range Rover filming? Whose house was she filming?
Oh, Jen Shaw.
Yeah.
Like every day.
It's so wild too, because like meeting her in real life, she doesn't give off that kind of psychotic energy. But it's truly when you least expect it, you're going to hear someone screeching out your window, and it's going to be Monica and some fucking gay.
That's how she gets you. She she disarms you with her like charm.
She is, but it's not even like charm. It's just like, you're like, oh, this sweet lady. That you're just like, you kind of feel bad for her.
Classic.
Yeah. And then
she's cunning.
Next thing she knows, you're on a high speed chase.
Just like alcoholism, Monica is cunning, baffling, and powerful.
Amen.
So we get to Mary in a cape in her
house of horrors.
And she stomps along the corridor because Robert Jr. walks in with his wife, Lex.
It's a wife in parentheses.
He's so high in this moment. Like
they both
he's
are.
Swearing. Mary, I mean, she's essentially saying it out loud. Like, I'm just glad he's in. She's like, she says in her confessional, I'm just glad he's in the house.
Yeah. She's like, there's something wrong with him. He's changed ever since he got married. And it's better to like have him at home than like not know where he is.
I mean, he's like, I didn't, he's just muttering and it's just really dark. And Mary's just like,
I need eyes on Lex.
Yeah,
I'm going to need more scenes with her.
What's her deal? Mary doesn't trust her.
But then at the end,
she says, I love you, baby.
Yeah. Mary looks at both of them and she goes, I'm having company, so just try not to reappear. And then Lex goes, love you, Mary. She goes, love you, baby. And I was like, what's Mary? Mary has like a long game.
Yeah. It's my prey.
Now I kind of like seeing this dynamic. At first I was repelled by it. I still don't like the Robert Jr. lettering above the door. It still creeps me out, but I want more. I think that they should honestly take a vacation together and film it.
I mean, I just hope he's getting help.
TBD. I think he's like really unwell.
I think he was going to sleep.
But now I'm buying in. What if they had intervention? They should actually, here's a great idea. Incredible pivot for the Housewives universe since Real Ultimate Girls Trip is like no longer. Housewives interventions. Where the whole crew identifies like the one user, either it can be a housewife or someone in their circle. Like
I think
episode 1, Kim Richards.
Honestly, I think every episode would just be Dorinda.
Well, she's the season finale, or Kim would be the season finale. But like, we could have an intervention with Robert Jr. You could have an intervention with Shannon.
Had it been
then an intervention with Tamra.
Had it been 15 years ago, an intervention with Ashley.
Yeah.
Ashley, I'm still like.
Who else? There's so many.
I think like
Meredith.
Oh, that part.
I'm ready for just an exploitative, like, let's just ride this all the way to hell. You know what I mean? And like get the whole family involved.
Britani could be like codependence intervention.
Oh yeah.
Let's bring her to the Meadows.
We'll get Monica, cell phone. Social media.
And an anonymous troll.
I mean, you could have Heather for filler intervention.
Wild Rose for Alibaba.
Wild Rose for Alibaba.
I'm addicted to Alibaba.
A tribunal forcing her to tell the truth about where her fucking jewelry comes from.
Luann. Again. Luann's, honestly though, I think Luann is like.
I think she's gotten it under control.
I mean, let's not go that far, but I feel like she's somehow post-addiction.
Luann, I'm like, she gets a pass.
She's such a drunk that she's almost like beyond a drunk.
Well, you know what she is?
What?
A rock star.
She's a rock star.
When you're touring and you're living that life, she's Charlie XCX. Like, she is like now just a 365 party girl.
They interviewed Tilda recently at the premiere of her Pedro Almodovar movie, and she confirmed that Luann came to her house, and she's like a huge Housewives head.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't think Luann's a liar.
Let's get her on the pod.
Luann is like a lot of things, but I don't think she would go out to make that up.
I just like the idea of her like thinking it was her, and it was just some random. But I'm like, we gotta get Tilda on the pod. I have her email.
Well, fucking fire one off.
Bronwyn
comes over to Mary's house with a huge orchid.
In her confessional, Mary has a beaded headdress that looked like the Never-Ending Story princess.
She's really mixing things up in a fun way, and I like it.
Bronwyn comes over with a giant bouquet of flowers.
She's just immediately kissing Mary's ass, as she should.
She loves the house. She's loves that they both have blue kitchens. She goes, "Oh my God, we have the same kitchens." And Mary goes, so it's
okay, did we just become best friends? I have a blue kitchen too. They are both
fashion heads.
They love like Pee-wee design.
Pee-wee Herman.
Like Pee-wee decor
Mad
and interior. Mad Hatter, Cloyne.
We're all a little mad down here.
Yeah, they love like a wild tea party.
That's also.
I don't like that. That puts me on edge.
That's Angie's house and these houses, like two in the same, just parallel. Not the same, but like they're equally, like, to me, repellent.
I can't.
You can't give me, if you have a swirly black and white floor.
I can't relax in any of their houses.
RuPaul kind of has Mad Hatter in his house.
He does.
I hate to say it.
I know. But people really, like, you really can go down
Kris Jenner kind of started it.
She has partaken. Her hands are not clean.
She's
not innocent by any means. But I think she might have gone into a more like comfy, cozy direction now.
Did you see Kim having Ariana and Cynthia Erivo over to watch Wicked at her house?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna need Wicked to stop already. I'm gonna just have to need it to stop.
I'm kind of.
Are you excited?
Well, I'm excited for the music, but like, I just think there's like animated animals in it, right? I think the flying monkeys.
You know, and I'm saying this as someone that has never seen Wicked, so I never saw the play. You know all the music?
I know some of the music.
I'll probably see the movie.
The songs are pretty good. They kind of slap. Popular.
I mean, I'm sure that's why it's like
gonna be popular.
That's why it's like a big old movie now. But it's not even Wicked that I'm mad at. It's just like the onslaught of like Wicked everything.
I have heard from a few sources that it's really good.
I love that. I want it to be good.
The only thing I was like kind of bummed about is Cynthia Erivo not having any sense of humor about like the memes that came out about like the poster.
Oh, about her, is your pussy green?
She was not happy. No, and even the poster of just, because the original Broadway poster is like the witch hat covering the top of, so it's just like the shadow and she's like smiling. And the poster for the movie is like just Cynthia looking dead on into the camera. And someone made fan art where it was like Cynthia's top half of her face is covered just to match the Broadway poster. And she was very insulted by that.
She's pissed.
She said, "You're degrading me. You're like, you're censoring my face, or like you're depriving I looked dead on, like my gaze looking straight into the camera. Like you're blocking me out." And like, it was like,
she has notes.
Girl.
Babe.
Calm down.
It's a no law.
And I love Cynthia Erivo. I think she's like I love that show, The Outsider, she was in.
Yeah.
She's fucking great. But
she's just incredibly serious.
Mm-hmm.
She's another extremely serious actress.
And they asked Ariana about it at the Academy Gala about like, what do you think about Cynthia being upset? And she gave a very non-answer.
What's she supposed to say to that?
But you could tell that she was like, I think it's funny.
Well, yeah, she has a sense of humor.
And she's that very online. Just came off as like very like non-Lulz theater person.
Well, also maybe, I don't know if Cynthia, I don't follow her on socials, but.
Well, she posted an AI image of her with that like the poster face of her face, and then she's wearing a helmet and there's like a war happening in the background. So I'm like, how is that?
I think she might be kind of like a boomer online.
Yeah, I know.
Like I think that her sensibilities when it comes to socials are boomer. And so she doesn't understand.
But I would argue that image of like, especially in context of like what's happening in the world, I was like, that to me is more troubling than like her doing an AI of Ariana going, is your pussy green? And then getting into it.
But that's like boomer vibes.
Yeah.
They're serious, and like the way that they experience like funny AI things are in that way. Like a very no irony.
Yeah.
They don't speak with like a online lexicon of irony.
And it's like when Jessica Chastain, when they were like reading her tweets, like, I want Jessica Chastain to run me over with her car. Like, just like, you know, like those like.
It's a no irony.
She was very like troubled by that. And she was like, oh, can I just give you a hug? And they asked like Aubrey Plaza the same thing. And she was like, I fucking love it. I'll run you over. So it's like.
I like discovering a boomer who's actually like 35.
Yeah.
Many exist.
Don't knock me out of my gaze staring upon the camera. Like, 'cause she's British. And I was just like, Cynthia.
She needs to just take a learning annex course about memes.
I just wish a friend of hers was like.
I think when you're that serious, all your friends are very serious too.
Anyway, but I'm going to see it.
I'll see it, but I'm enough. We don't need like green and pink. It's just the level of like, it's what happened with Barbie too, where you could not like swing a fucking purse without hitting some sort of huge shelf full of like Barbie collaborations, like at Bloomingdale's or something. They were like the Barbie sweaters. It's like, who's buying these? Like, people. Enough. You don't need to do that. This all goes to like Trash Island. Literally every Wicked thing is like
Kim's Wicked balloons.
Every Wicked thing you buy, I guarantee you, is going to end up on like the streets of India eventually. Like, you've got to stop. Any marketing is like fine, but we need to stop producing just things that end up in like poverty-stricken areas on the streets, like polluting their living spaces and water supply.
Kim's Wicked balloons will like be like a new skyline in Trash Island.
No, they will literally poke a hole in the fucking ozone layer. You're going to walk outside and you're going to get like, you're going to be wearing SPF 50, but somehow get like a blistering sunburn on your face. And it will be because of Kim's Wicked balloons.
The Kardashians, like balloons at their parties have contributed to climate change by like 10%.
Oh, absolutely. They jack it up. The ozone, like the hole in the ozone over Miami has grown like exponentially since the Kardashians started birthing.
So Bronwyn and Mary talk about kid stuff.
Bronwyn apparently, and I did not Google this, but someone was saying in the comments lately, Bronwyn sent her daughter to therapeutic boarding school.
To Gwen?
Yeah.
Damn. Bronwyn, she's not talking about that, I see.
So, very interesting.
So do you feel solidarity with your sister in trouble boarding school?
Yeah, and I also see like them being able to really mind the trauma of like her dad
abandoning her.
Yeah.
So then Mary starts talking about her mom, and she goes, my mom never bought food. We had stuff in the fridge like cabbage, cranberry juice, nothing matched. She goes, I just wanted a bowl of cereal.
So like, Mary is like, comes from like a neglectful household. She said, it seems.
She's like, I think they had a lot of money, but she just like, the mom was too wrapped up in like being God and like with her man, who then I think became Mary's man.
Yeah, I forget about the lore because I think it is too dark to like really wrap my head around and hold space for.
Mary then calls out Heather again for being a liar.
Heather is a liar.
Mary goes, I don't like two faces. I need one face and one truth. Give it to me. And then all of a sudden she gets a call on her landline. And she goes, and Bronwyn goes, you have a landline? And Mary goes, yes, I do. I'm getting a call right now. Who could be calling me? I'll tell you who's calling you. Christ.
Henji's Mob Wives party.
The day of.
Henji's getting glam. Electra is growing up.
Alexa's like 40. Alexa's older than me.
Electra.
Lisa picks out outfits in front of John, and every outfit she goes, and then I'll wear a fur. with a fur.
She goes, I have this little dress. I have this little Dolce dress, thinking of wearing it with a fur. Or this little Gucci dress. I could wear it with a fur.
And she has another dress and John goes, let me guess, with a fur.
Yeah.
And I went, oh, John, you're funny.
I
went,
love Little Miss Barlow getting ready in little dresses with a fur.
I bet she's teeny tiny in real life.
Yeah. She's Barlow 5'2".
Gaga's new video coming out tonight. Or when you listen to this, it'll already be out.
Oh my God. Disease. It looks so good from the preview.
And who knows, there's so much misinformation out there about it, but one source said that it sounds reminiscent of Bad Romance, which I'm like, please.
I'm in.
No more swirling pianos. I need a little more. I need electric. I need electronic synth Gaga. I don't need. I just need a little break.
From what?
Her like piano ballads. Give me one later, but right now I need some sledgehammer German electro beats.
I love it. I think that it'll be. Also, isn't Addison Rae releasing a song tonight?
Yeah.
I love that.
That was written by Charlie.
This is a huge night for the girls.
We're winning.
Mm-hmm. Whitney is getting her glam and she goes, things have got into a new low with the nastiness. And they're like, you're fine.
They're like, what are you talking about?
They're like, we've never met you before.
Who the fuck? Where are we? Things have gone to a new low.
With the nastiness. And they're like, okay, you've got this, girl.
You got it. The guy's like, you got it, girlfriend.
She goes, thank you.
Did Shawn go to Turkey for hair? Because
does he have hair?
Yeah, but it's like buzz, but it has that like, it looks. He does look like Pitbull.
Yeah.
But it looks like he had like a, you know when they tell you have to like shave your head a little when you get a hair transplant?
Uh-huh.
Something's given Turkey.
Maybe. But I think maybe he's just being an upfront queen about it.
No, he has hair. That's the thing. He's not balding. He has hair. He just likes to buzz it.
He's not balding?
I don't think I saw hair. I saw like, he was giving like transplant.
Okay.
I've seen enough.
We need eyes on Shawn.
Okay.
Henji's dad and her Aunt Rita arrive, and I need a full bottle episode featuring Aunt Rita yesterday.
Her. She's like the aunt in Big Fat Greek Wedding.
She's a strong one to watch. Like she didn't have to say anything to absolutely compel me, and then I had eyes on her for the rest of the night.
I wish that we had like, you know how Prince Philip's mom was like a princess from Greece who then like went insane and became a nun?
I didn't know that.
Did you ever watch The Crown?
No.
Well, yeah, Prince Philip's mom was a princess and then she had like a nervous breakdown and joined a convent.
Love.
And lived the rest of her life in a habit. And the royals hated when she would come to England because she had like smoked and she was like a sad, dark goth nun.
She was a sad nun.
Mm-hmm. And cool. I wish that they had like a Greek nun that was there.
Is she the like mother of all those like Greek royals?
I think they're related. Yeah, Prince Philip was like a prince of Greece randomly.
Is he Greek?
I think partly.
All right.
And
the more you know.
Yeah. Through her, I think. It's random.
Wait, so he wasn't Greek?
No, I think through his mother's family, he had Greek heritage.
Oh.
But he was like a prince of, I think technically he was a prince of.
Mango's in a full state of refusal.
Yes, he was born in Mount Monrepos, Corfu, Greece.
Damn, I didn't know this. This makes me think he's sexy.
Prince Philip of Greece and Denmark was born.
Is he still alive?
No. Prince Philip? He's the queen's. No, he died before her.
Okay.
Prince's father was the fourth son of King George and Queen Olga of Greece. And his mother was the eldest child of Louis Mountbatten, a member of Glucksburg. So his mother was... Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, there's a lot going on in that family.
The more you know.
There were Nazis.
All the girls arrive. Mary, Braun, Heather, Meredith.
Right guy? Yeah. Our resident Brit.
And Meredith is shocked that she was invited because nary a week earlier, Shawn and Angie said that they don't want Mare in their house.
And then you hear a flashback of Meredith going, he goes, yeah, well, if she comes and she acts up, we'll just get security to escort her out. And then you hear a flashback of Meredith going, security, 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 security.
Meredith swans in with a high pony and a sunglass. And Angie goes up to her and she goes, hi, Meredith. You look so mafia and gorgeous.
Meredith was like nonverbal. What was up with her?
She had very few things to say. She only spoke to Whitney this evening.
I'm obsessed with her. Just coming in like fully just like.
She goes, I'm surprised that I was invited this year. I will say that mob wives is a strange theme. I don't see how it celebrates love, but I guess this is how she celebrates her family. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
what a dig.
Lisa arrives and she goes, I'm wearing Mugler. I'm wearing Mugler. Do you love it? I love it. What's that blue drink?
I don't know.
Angie was holding like it would look nasty.
Like a tiki drink or something?
Yeah, it was really like, ugh.
I had drink blindness. I really wasn't paying attention to them. I was too wrapped up in those like shrimp cocktail that was like a single shrimp in a cup.
Britani arrives with a man named Aaron, and Heather arrives too, and she's like, her hair looked pretty good, I thought, for like mob.
Heather?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, I know Aaron. I was like, yeah, you fucked.
Yeah, she like knows him in a biblical sense.
They made out, in quotes. I'm like, you guys.
I love Lisa Barlow showing up and just kind of walking through the room, and she goes, good to see you, Shawn. Like, as she like heads off to the buffet. Meanwhile, in the background, Aunt Rita is trying to take a photo on her phone of like their wedding photo. I just noticed her for a long time being like,
they looked really hot in their wedding.
They were
stunning.
Really hot.
Him with that long hair, and she kind of looked like Kyle Richards.
She did. She also looked a little bit like Bianca Censori.
Yeah, they were lookers.
So Brittany says whenever she and Jared break up, she immediately hits the apps, like any good slaw.
And
member.
She met Aaron on the apps, and Heather also had met Aaron on the apps.
So Aaron's kind of now seeming like a Harry Dubin of this crew.
He
and
is.
I love it. Love it in Housewives when there's just like one man that everyone fucks and is obsessed with.
I think Aaron is less smarmy than Jared.
Yeah. But I also think that we need Jared in the mix now more than ever.
Yeah, Jared's messy. Everyone seems gay to me.
Yeah.
On Salt Lake City.
They're all a little gay.
Yeah. Like Aaron seems
something
a
in the
little
water.
Gay.
Mary goes up to Aaron. She goes, excuse me. Hi, Jared.
She's convinced, even after she's told, no, this is Aaron, she's still convinced that it's Jared.
She walks out. Everyone's like, this is Aaron. This is not Jared. She goes, really? And then she goes up to Meredith and she goes, that's Jared over there. And she goes,
I think that's actually not Jared.
I'm going to look it up.
I'm going to look it up.
And then she Googles Jared and she's like, it's not. And Mary was like, I'll be the judge of that.
I love, hi, Jared. How are you?
Excuse me. Hi, Jared.
She was serious. I don't think it was like a troll. I think she genuinely was like the man of the hour.
The name on everyone's lips.
It reminded me of Bridesmaids when Melissa McCarthy goes, sorry, I'm being so rude. You must be Annie's fella. It's just some random tall guy with a pipe. Sorry, look at me. I'm talking right here being so rude. You're Annie's fella. Nice to meet you. That's what it reminded me of.
Excuse me. Hi, Jared.
Excuse me. Hello, Jared. How are you? Good. Finally, good to meet you.
She's so thrown to realize it's not Jared. I'm with her. They do kind of look similar.
That motherfucker back there is not Jared.
Angie makes everyone gather around for a big speech.
She goes, despite the rumors and nastiness, we're still here. And Meredith is like, Meredith goes,
and then Angie's dad gives a speech. He's sweet.
He says, when I first met Shawn, I wasn't sure about him. He had long hair and earrings, and he looked like it. I go, don't say it. And he goes, a hippie. And I went,
A
okay.
hippie.
And then he went, but now he's one of my favorite son-in-laws. I was like, how many do you have?
Yeah, also you're on TV. Watch it. But yeah, that's when we got the flashback of Shawn and Angie looking sexy.
Melee arrives.
With Ty.
Random.
I'm like, girl,
You do
you're
something.
random. You're random.
You
You're
gotta
showing up late.
Do something. I'm sorry.
She's brought zero to the table except for going to the curling place.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm willing.
I'm watching.
I'm watching. I'm willing to go there with you, but you have to give me something. You can't just show up and then have your own. Okay. Bronwyn confronts Angie about her comment over Lisa's parenting.
I like that Bron wears 5 wedding rings.
Yeah,
It's a stack from here to here.
Bronwyn she's going full blue. Cerulean.
She's kind of like Blue Jasmine too.
Mm-hmm. And then Angie's like, how do you know this? And she goes, well, Heather told me that you told her this. So Angie's now pissed at Heather for spilling the beans.
I mean, Bron makes a good point about Heather stirring the pot.
Yeah, she does stir the pot.
Heather is never really put on the stand for lying and stirring the pot.
No.
And I'm excited that they're about to do it. Because now that she's like, I feel like now that Heather's like thin and hot, they're ready to go all in on her and crucify her.
Well, also now that she's been memed so much, I think everyone's a little jealous.
But I also think on Housewives, the hotter you are, the more ready, the more prepared everyone is for a crucifixion.
That's kind of America.
Yeah. So, and especially like when you're a woman, the hotter you get, the harder people come for you.
The more stones people hold in their hands.
And so Heather's about to learn a thing or two. But it's timely. It's timely for her.
If I were there that night, I would literally just be like eating the charcuterie without my hands, like with my hands behind my back.
Just scarfing.
Just grazing like a cow.
I would be collecting cups of shrimp on a plate.
You'd hoard them.
Because they do one in the cocktail sauce, which in theory is okay, but it's also Trash Island vibes.
These girls never met a charcuterie they didn't love.
No.
The Salt Lake City loves charcuterie more than anyone in the world.
When it comes to shrimp presentation at the buffet, I really prefer like a pile on ice.
I'm going to be real here. I don't know if I trust shrimp that inland.
I do at a rich person's house.
Okay. I'm obsessed with Brittany. I'm obsessed with her.
She's iconic.
She's so great.
She talks to Lisa Barlow and she's like, Jared and I are probably never going to be friends again because of what you said in the text messages.
Yeah.
And Lisa's like, well, Jared reminds me of my ex who I was engaged to 3 times. So that's why I had to say what I said. And
she goes, I have a bunch of sisters. I have 4 sisters. I'm just like doing what I would have done for one of my sisters.
Lisa is a good girlfriend.
She is.
Mary confronts Heather and says that Heather leaves a trail of lies wherever she goes.
She goes, everywhere you drop and you stop, it's a lie.
Heather goes, that's extremely hurtful. Tell me when I've lied. And Mary goes, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
She goes, don't you lie. Don't you lie right now. I was like, whoa.
Mary I'm team Mary. Regardless of whether she has receipts or not, I believe her.
I look everywhere you drop and everywhere you stop. There's a lie.
I love don't you dare.
And Heather immediately going, that's very hurtful, Mary. I've been a really good friend to you. I'm like, have you?
No, you haven't.
You have not.
You actually have been like a cunt about Mary this entire time.
You sat in her Alice in Wonderland house and like made fun of it.
Yeah, Meredith or Heather has never been a friend to Mary.
No.
She's always been like kind of like a okay Mary type of person.
And Mary's never been a friend to her, but Mary's never pretended to be a friend to her.
Yeah, Mary's real about it.
Yeah. Heather and Angie talk.
Mary goes from that confrontation and sits on a couch next to a small child. And she goes, whew, that was a big argument. It made my feet start hurting. And the child goes, what happened? And Mary goes, women. Not now.
Listen.
I love involving a 7-year-old girl in the drama.
Sometimes if you're at like a thing like this and there's like a random kid there, like sometimes a kid is a good
sounding board.
Kids are smarter than you think.
What happened?
What happened?
Women.
That'd be me. What happened?
Women.
Ugh.
That was a big argument.
Heather and Angie talk. And Heather says Angie doesn't have Lisa's back anymore.
Yeah, Heather is like yelling at Angie and Braun about this and that. And then all of a sudden,
Jared,
the man of the hour, walked in. I stopped in my tracks.
I also wrote, not Jared. I wrote, no. I think everyone in America went, not Jared.
America, it wasn't an earthquake that you felt. It was everyone collectively physically reeling that Jared walked into the party.
And you hear off screen, you hear Lisa go, oh my God, did you see who just walked in?
I'm gagged in this moment.
Brittany goes like this.
She immediately starts crying.
She stumbles backwards like she's seeing her son that she thought was long dead in war or something.
In front of her date.
I know.
Which I was like, that is...
I don't think Aaron really gives a fuck.
Yeah.
Aaron's like, I'm on TV. I'm wearing like a kind of gay suit. Mm-hmm. I might get laid by this woman.
Or might fuck Heather.
Or might fuck Shawn.
Heather does something kind of shady, though. I thought this was shady. She goes up to Jared and gives him a big hug. And she goes, hi, friend.
Well, I think Heather is like...
Are they like just Mormon?
No, yes. I think Heather still has like... As we've talked about a lot, I think Heather still like can't shake fully the Mormon in her. And I think the Osmonds are Mormon royalty. So I think she sees him and she sees like Joseph Smith.
And like a long Mormon history of Mormon friendship.
Or just like, I think she fans out over the Osmonds.
But they like know each other from being so Mormon.
But I think it's also just like social. There's like, she's still kind of caught up in like Mormon society, I think.
Mormon society will never not be
the lure is
hysterical to me. The Jared Osmond sits at the top of the pyramid.
Brittany goes, I'm just obsessed with her. And then
Mary goes, that's him?
She goes, that's Jared?
That's Jared Osmond? Okay, now I get it. I love Mary was like, all right.
He's hot. And then
he is kind of hot.
He's hot. I've been saying it. He's tall and hot. He's a daddy. Someone, I forgot who asked, but someone goes, why are you here? Who invited you? And then Whitney goes, oh, she goes, it was Justin. Justin invited Jared. And then you cut to Justin going, hey.
Justin's veneers are really throwing me for a fucking loop.
Okay, but this was kind of funny. And I believe that Justin didn't know that Brittany and Jared aren't together because I think they break up so much. And he texted Jared, hey, we're at Angie's. Brittany's here. You should come by. I think he genuinely was like, your girl's here.
When he goes, he has no idea what he had just done.
And then
Brittany is frozen.
She goes,
She's frozen in time. She's in a place of absolute freeze.
She and Jared go outside to talk. It's so cold. I'm like, God.
So Braun gives Brittany a big hug. She's like, do you need a hug? And Brittany's like, yeah. And so she hugs her. And then Barlow goes up to Brittany and she goes, "Are you upset? I would be so upset. I would ask him to leave, but that's just me. What do you want to do? Should we go talk to him? I'll go with you. You need a friend right now. Let's go." And marches up to him and she goes, "We're all shocked to see you here." And she goes, she needs a friend. She's a little too shell-shocked to talk, so I'm going to help her.
She's a good friend.
And then Jared
gets her outside, which
Brittany
a guy
also,
like that always gets a woman outside to talk to her.
The way Brittany goes, she goes, "Do you want to go outside and talk?"
Yeah, of course. She's like immediately reverts into that mode. And a guy like him will always get, I feel like I've seen this before with friends where like they're with a guy that's like not good for them. Somehow he always gets them outside to like emo talk.
They've got to go outside.
No.
But the girl also wants to go outside.
Of course she does. Brittany goes out and she goes, "Do you want to sit maybe and talk a little?" I go, "Jared doesn't like you like that."
But does he? Why is he showing up then?
He likes the attention.
He likes the attention
from everyone, but especially he likes to torture her, I think.
He likes that she cries.
Yeah.
They have like a sick cry fetish.
They're like, it's baby girl.
It is baby girl.
He's basically like,
she goes, "So, why are you here?" And he goes, "The charcuterie looked fantastic." And I was like, "You motherfucker.
You little bitch." Then Mary starts grilling at Aaron. She goes, "So how long have you and Brittany been together?" And he goes, "We've been dating like a month." And she goes, "A month?" I was like, I love Mary. I've never seen her this like riveted by like another relationship. I think Aaron's hotter than Jared in some way.
You can have Aaron and I'll take Jared. But do you have to believe in like planets to even talk to Jared?
Jared, I thought was hot, but the more I see him, the less he's just giving kind of like little bitch.
He's coasting on that Osmond fame and fortune.
Third tier Osmond.
Whitney approaches Barlow and she goes, "So, in Milwaukee, are you aware that you left your Sunray behind?" Which is, I guess, the name of her jewelry brand. And Lisa Barlow,
she's ready to go.
Immediately
starts
flips
screaming.
out.
She starts screaming.
"Yeah, it was a huge mistake. It was just a mistake. I left it there." And then Whitney reveals that
the Alibaba gate.
That a podcaster named Adam told her the truth about Alibaba Gate.
And she goes, "Tell me who told you this and I'll sue them."
"Who is it? Because I'm going to sue him."
She's shaking and so red. She pulls out her phone and immediately calls Shawn, her private security. And she goes, "Hi, Shawn. I'm being accused of something I didn't do and I'd like to launch an investigation. And I want you to get the police involved. I'm going the distance. The LA police, Salt Lake City police." I was like, what? Police?
She's getting the cops involved. She goes, I'm livid. Give me the names right now. We're going to investigate every one of them. I'm being accused of something I did not do, and I want to go the distance on it.
I love the LA police. And then she storms off, and she goes up to John, who's standing next to Justin, and she goes, "Your wife is a liar. Whitney's lying. She's saying I did this thing and I didn't do it. I'm going to get the police involved." And Justin's wasted. He goes, "Don't call my wife a liar." And
this right before him and Daddy John get in a fight?
Yeah, and then they start kind of like shoving each other. I was like, hot.
I would like to see John punch Justin in the face.
No, and
I don't like violence, but like I would enjoy that.
You hear Justin Upstream go, "I'm going to pound him." I was like, what?
I bet you are.
I bet you want to.
Yeah, I bet you want Whitney to watch. You sick fuck.
Whitney goes, "Oh,
I love it when my husband pounds John Barlow."
No. "Oh, fuck. I love when you pound John Barlow."
Go pound him.
All right.
One of the dolls.
Teddy the Schnauzer in Tony and Mango's cult.
Alex DeLisle.
Makeup Fresh.
Obviously.
Emily Vaughn.
Gina Sapienza.
Sarah Elizabeth from Boston.
Lucy from London.
Brooke Johansson.
Lilia Farrell.
It's Your Girl BB.
Gerd, Queen of Brooklyn.
Brittany Weiss.
Danielle from the Brim.
Jessica Hernandez.
Molotov Laws.
Kate Sulin.
Mary. Mike Earhart.
Sharon Baum Realtor.
Timothy Scheel,
Matthew Thomas,
Owsley Robinson,
Cheeseburger Bay,
Kathy West,
Kip Moore,
Hillary from Chicago,
Orlando,
Patron of the Farts,
David from Switzerland,
Nick Sedaris,
Mr. Brandon,
Emily,
Kim Lucas,
Drew from Toronto,
Katie the Sub Lawyer,
RJ,
Modern Counseling in McLean, Virginia,
and of course, Jeffrey Pratama.
Pratama.
Guys, thank you so much. Get tickets to our big December shows, the big Christmas special, sexuniquepodcast.com. We're in Chicago on December 2nd. We're in New York on December 4th. You will not want to miss this. I promise you.
Arrivederci, doll.
Bye.
Or maybe let's go outside.